Okay, so as far as upping my game and making little small improvements in the habits that I'm doing each morning, one of the things that I'm starting to do is save my writings into Google Docs. This is one of my newsletters that I'm going to be sending out in the future. And the other thing is that I went to Walmart this morning and bought a new notebook because I'm taking a course in it's a writer's boot camp for branding. And so all of this stuff, rather than saving it on my notes app inside of Apple, I'm going to do my best in writing like freehand with a pen and on paper. What a concept of all of these things that the course instructor Dan Coe is telling us to do. So like we have this directive of if you had all the money in the world, what would your ideal look like? What a question, right? So rather than just writing it in notes or using an older notebook that I have like a bunch of chaotic notes, I went out and got like I spent $10 on this thing, and it's pretty awesome. It's college ruled. It has 5 different dividers. And the other thing I want to talk about quickly is the Getting Things Done book. If you've ever read this, it's amazing as far as organizing, getting rid of all of the excess ideas and thoughts and notes that you keep in a tray or a container. So this notebook is actually considered a container. Sounds kind of weird, but that's the word I'm using. The Notes app in Apple here is also a container. The concept being the mind isn't it shouldn't be used as a container to hold your thoughts and ideas. It's more of like a director of where your thoughts and ideas should go. So I've upped my game drawing from the concept in Atomic Habits where you just make small improvements in processes. One of my problems or weaknesses is that I write something and then I save it into something and it gets lost into the abyss of online computer notes. So rather than just saving it in my notes app in Apple on my laptop or my iPhone, I'm going to be finishing the notes and saving them into either a Google Docs, like this for right here is my newsletter that I'm going to be sending out about uh, transform your morning, transform your life, the night before, setting the stage, waking up without procrastination. So rather than just having written this and in my writing app, which is, let's see here, um, Cortex. Okay, like this is what I wrote this morning. So even though this writer's app Cortex is totally amazing, like I have all of this here saved up, but it's like this huge abyss, right? It's just like this, it's like an ocean, and I can always go back here. One of the things that I need to work on is filing, naming files. I've always had a problem with that. So Google Docs, I'm going from Safari to over to Chrome. I use Chrome more for like just a couple things. Safari, I have like 6 or 7 windows going on. So I'm making it a point in my habits in the morning after I write, not just to leave it in the writing app, but to copy and save it and bring it over to Google Docs. And when I'm taking notes, I'm going to use an actual notebook rather than notes online. I'll still be using notes online or using apps online to write and take down notes. Like if I'm out walking or if I'm taking a walk and an idea comes to me and I don't have pen and paper, obviously I'm going to use my phone and jot down. I know some people like send a voice message to their text message app, which to me is kind of cumbersome. I'm used to going right into notes and making a note. But I'm going to up that game, improve just a little micro improvement by taking the time to one, save what I've written, taking it out of one app and saving it in Docs. So Docs, Google Docs is considered, in the terms I've learned from getting things done, a container, a tray, if you will. And so too is this college bound, or excuse me, ring bound notebook. So those are just two things that I'm doing to lessen the mental load, to lessen the overwhelm, to lessen the anxiety. Again, the mind isn't used to store things, it's used to direct mental thoughts, ideas. And the more we discipline ourselves, the more I discipline myself to get things out of my mind onto paper or onto a app such as Google Docs, the more I'll be able to come back and bring these up. When I'm ready to send out my first newsletter, I'll be able to come back and I know exactly where it is. Whereas some of the apps that I'm saving things in, like I said earlier, it's just very hard for me to file things right now. I know I need to work on filing, even after 3 years of college recently. So I hope this helped. If you'd like to learn more about how to up your habits, I'm creating a group on the school platform, SKOOL, and I'll put a link in the description. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.